Hi, welcome to my channel. In addition to my weekly videos, I am also starting a new series called Quick Musings series. I'm gonna upload on a different day of the week. At the moment it's Tuesday, and I hope to give you a little thought, a little insight, some tip. Who knows, maybe I will manage one day even to make you laugh a little bit. Anything to help you out a little bit in your journey, because I am a person who sometimes I do need as well a little bit of a boost, and this is what I'm hoping with this quick series. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips of a process that I go through to help me out to stay motivated as a woman in my 50s. Number 1, I try to somehow stay active as much as possible. Even when I was feeling the least energetic in my process during my menopause, at the very least I try to do a walk every day. At the very least, I try to stretch. If I'm feeling really bad because I didn't sleep or something, I try to do some stretching. So body movement. I know it sounds tedious, and sometimes the last thing you want to do is here to do body movements, but I swear, if you just manage to incorporate that, it will help. Number 2, try to really consider when you set yourself goals, if the goal is something that is feasible for you to achieve in the place you are right now. Because you see, I used to be a high achiever, and I say I used to be because I feel I am going through my own process. If you haven't watched my other videos, please check it out. So I used to consider myself quite a high achiever and a person who always managed to get on the top of things. And I think success is such a subjective point I want to make here. So for myself and my reality and the background I come from, I consider myself a high achiever. Everybody's different, right? And in my level and where I am in my life, you have your own baseline and what you consider to be a high achiever or successful. So, but nowadays I have to be much more realistic and modest in the kind of goals that I set for myself. And one of the things is I try to, especially when I feel very deflected, when I'm getting a lot of rejections from my job applications, for example, I'm feeling particularly because of menopause or other things that goes on in life, I put for myself simple targets that I want to achieve in a day. Drink a liter of water, drink an extra glass of electrolytes. I don't know, because I tend to dehydrate quite a lot. For example, I try to make sure that when I go for my run, that I make sure that I run easy, that I don't run too fast, because that's hard for me to recover, especially being older. I don't want to have issues of having an injury or something like that and then not be able to run, because for me that's going to be like even worse, right? So consider the kind of goals you're setting for yourself, because it is quite common that we then create goals that are quite big and unachievable, and then when we fail or when we're struggling with motivation to continue, and then that becomes like a self-perpetuating issue, that then we don't feel motivated, and you see I kind of failed that in any way, so I'm not going to even try. I think the idea, like in my case, I just try, like, I'm gonna eat one more portion of vegetable today if I didn't have any yesterday. I don't know, like hypothetically speaking, I ate it very badly yesterday, so today I'm gonna try to have an extra portion of vegetable. Stuff like that. Simple stuff. Keep it simple. Create small targets. Once you start to see that you're achieving them, and then you can become more ambitious. So be practical about. And number 3 is really spend a moment every day, 5 minutes if that's what you can, and reflect about what's going on with you, what's going on with your life, and what you're doing, your relationships, how you're feeling, your menopause symptoms, any small accomplishments. And if you don't have anything that you think is worthwhile noting, at least notice that you're making time for yourself to think about stuff, to breathe. I think this whole idea of always spend some time meditating or in mindfulness can be already in itself a blocker for many people. Not many people like doing that or feel like they can do that because they have like a racing mind, all sorts of things. There are individuals who are neurodivergent who will struggle to just concentrate, and others who do great. So everybody's different. So all I'm saying here is give yourself a moment and just take a breath and reflect and think about what's going on. So yeah, those are the 3 tips that I thought to share here today. I'm planning what's gonna be the next one, so hopefully you're gonna like.